Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Rome Dawg. I just wanted to wish you guys happy Mother's Day, and I hope it's a good one to all those that are celebrating it with their families. I also wanted to take this time to introduce myself and give a proper introduction. My name is Roman, I'm 32 years old, and I live in Santa Rosa, Texas. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, and I'm the middle child according to the brother's side. I didn't get a chance to do it as totality of the sibling side because, well, I didn't think that straight ahead. So I'm sorry. Mom and dad, and they're both teachers. My younger brother and my older sister are both teachers too, and my older brother is the head of the youth center here at Santa Rosa. Growing up, and to this day, I would consider myself the weird one and quite an oddity. I'd always be hyperactive, optimistic for no apparent reason, and positive all the way through. I'd be in my own little world, and people would always try to scratch their head trying to figure me out. But no matter how people looked at me, I'd always carry on with my own little ways of doing things. I remember back in kindergarten, I'd always be in that one part of the corner playing with my blocks and trying to build a house with it in weird ways. And no matter how many times people try to engage me or try to talk to me, I'd always look at my blocks and try to avoid any kind of communication with them. Let's face it, I was very shy. I was very not willing to talk to anybody. I mean, I'd always giggle and look down, and that trend would follow me all the way until my grown-up days, you know. Even in my grown-up days, I was always looking down. You know, looking down, and I didn't even know why. What's he looking at? Why is he looking down? It's a weird have to have, I know. I'm sorry, but looking at a girl, for me, it's like waiting for a slap to happen, you know? Because I know that at some point, if I look at a girl straight on, I think they're gonna give me the ugly eye sometimes. And believe me, it actually happened one time to me. I'll tell you about it in a story time video, but let's just say it was an ugly eye I won't soon forget. A week and a half later, I would eventually warm up to people and develop a friendship with people that would last an entire lifetime. When I was in middle school, I joined a plethora of groups. I joined band and I was playing the baritone, and man, I was pretty good at it. I tried playing a trumpet, but it didn't sound right playing it. So eventually the baritone was a complete fit to me. In high school, I joined band, theater arts, and FHA, Future Homemakers of America. FHA was this place you could talk about cooking and talk about, I don't know, I forgot what it was, but believe me, there was talk about cooking and stuff like that, the latest trends and whatnot. I was, ooh, yeah, it felt weird at first, but after a while, being there with a friend, it didn't seem to matter because I was there with a friend. So yeah, being in band in high school and marching for the first time, and to hear the roar of the crowd, to hear the applause and all this stuff, I mean, it was a feeling like no other, and I knew I wouldn't feel that feeling for another few years, or the end of the year, as it were, my senior year, when I would hear the applause of graduation. Another funny story about band was that in halftime, I would actually dance at football games. They would play a song, right? They would play We Got the Beat or whatever, and I would literally get up with a group of people in the front row. I would dance, you know, I would just pull out the bat, would do the staying alive dance, you know, the one where you point in the air and that thing like that right there. Some people would turn and look and they would just laugh and they would do all this. And I would even try to dance next to the cheerleaders. It was a thrill ride that I wouldn't forget, that's for sure. I went to college for about 4 years. I stopped going because I had a huge panic attack, which I will talk about in a later vlog. Let's just say that college just wasn't for me, and there were some people who couldn't agree more with the saying that college isn't for everyone. 4 years later, however, I would end up going to a cosmetology school, and 2 years later after that, I would eventually graduate from that cosmetology school, and I would specialize and manicurism. I would do that for about a year and still continue to do that to this day. And even though I don't have a job yet, I do take some time to do some volunteering for the local youth center. Don't get me wrong, I still do try and make the phone calls to nail places to see if they're hiring or whatnot, but until I can find a job that's, you know, stable or something that is, you know, saying like, okay, we're gonna hire people, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? So yeah. I also got a dog. We've had him for about 4 or 5 years now, maybe longer, I'm not sure. Let's just say I love him to pieces, you know, and he's quite the hyper person when it comes to wanting food. You know, he claws at doors. Even when he's not hungry, you'll hear him just claw the door. But I'm pretty sure he does that out of love in his own unique way. And we also have a cat that passes by the house every now and then just to get food, whether we have any or not. That's it for this introduction. Hope I get to see you guys again in another vlog. This is Rome Dawg saying, have a great day, and may positivity rain down upon you. Peace out.